Paul Maynard.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker, and I'm pleased to be able to welcome the vast bulk of what the government are doing. It is a great pleasure to hear people not being defined by the condition that they have, not being forced to have decisions taken about them on the basis of a label or of a particular condition. So I strongly welcome much of what the government are doing. However, that notwithstanding, I would like to reflect briefly on Amendment number 23, relating to the youth passport, as we have been discussing. Not because I disagree especially with what the government are doing, but I wish to focus a few questions that I hope the Minister will be able to answer with regard to how we intend to ensure that those young people are given, as it has in the impact assessment, the equal footing that the government so rightly wants them to do. And my primary concern is that these are young people who have not been able to acquire national insurance contributions because they are severely disabled. And I would welcome some clarity as to how there is an expectation that they will accrue those contributions and be protected in the welfare system at such point as they become an adult. Because despite reading all the impact assessment, all the debate in the House of Lords and listening carefully today, I'm still not entirely clear as to how that will be achieved. The second point I would wish to reflect upon is, although I have listened carefully to the opposition's arguments and whether they decide that they want to have a time limit or not to have a time limit, yes, I will give way.
Before he moves on, in case I don't have a chance to respond at the end of the debate, could I draw his and the House's attention, Mr Deputy Speaker, to the fact that people who leave contributory ESA will still be able to accrue national insurance credits in the way that happens today for those who are not on contributory JSA, and ultimately will still be entitled to receive the pension entitlement at the end of the day that they would have done had they been in work.
Yeah.
I thank the Minister for that clarification, because that is helpful. Secondly, I would also like to reflect on the comments that have been preempted by the Honourable Member for Makerfield, which are perhaps slightly beyond the actual implementation of this system, to look at the wider impact on the ability of these individuals to form independent relationships. And I am concerned that, as I think the Honourable Member for Birkenhead has also recognised, that we are talking to a large extent here about the impact on human behaviour. And what I am concerned about is that there may be a mistaken fear that if they were to enter into a relationship and therefore would cease to be an independent household, they would become dependent upon their partner's income, and that might be a deterrent to forming that meaningful relationship. It may be that I am a simple member of Parliament who fails to understand this complex issue, but the all-party parliamentary group for young disabled people that I chair have asked me to expressly raise that issue because they think that that is at the heart of their concerns over this particular amendment, and I would welcome some clarification on how they think people will actually behave in real life as opposed to in the benefit system. However, I don't intend to detain the House any longer. The government has my full support on these amendments, but I would ask for just some more clarity over how they see it being implemented in the future.